Hello friends, today we are going to start a new topic, group theory. Group theory is a very important topic for BSc Mathematics students, BSc Honors Mathematics students, MSc Mathematics, and it is also very useful for competitive examinations such as NET, GATE and JAM. We will start it from very beginning, from the very basic, from the definition of binary operation, and will complete all the topics one by one. So let's start from the binary operation. If you have any query or suggestion regarding the material topics, you can post into comments and I will answer all the comments. So let us start from the definition of binary operation. First of all, what is binary operation? Let S be a non-empty set, then a function S closest to S is called a binary operation in S. We can define as, suppose S is a non-empty set, then a function f is a function such that S cross S to S, then it is called a binary operation in S. We can say that suppose S contains some element A, B, C, and suppose we apply A, O, B where O is any operation, then the suppose new element is AB. If it is also belongs to S, if the new element also belongs to that particular set, then it is said to be a binary operation. For example, we can take suppose we take a set G equals to A, B, C, and suppose we take star is any operation. It may be plus, minus, division and any other user defined operation. Then we will say star is a binary operation on G if we take any two elements A and B or whatever elements of G. We take two elements A and B of G and we apply star between them, A star B. If the new element after operating A and B, suppose it comes AB, if it is also belongs to G, then this operation star is called a binary operation. We can define it very easily. We can say star is said to be a binary operation on G if we take any two elements of G and operate them. Then the new element if also belongs to G, then we will say that star is a binary operation on G. We will denote binary operation by the symbol star. Now suppose let us take another example. Let us consider set of natural number. It is also given here. Let us take, suppose we take set of natural numbers. We know that natural numbers are from 1 2 3 to up to and so on. And suppose we are talking about plus. We will check plus is a binary operation on the set of natural numbers on n or not. So for this, let us consider any two elements of n. Suppose I chooses 4 and 7. Both belongs to set of natural numbers. Now we will apply plus between them. Now 4 plus 7 equals to 11, which is also a natural number. We know that 11 is also a natural number. This implies plus is a binary operation on the set of natural numbers. In the similar way, we can consider, if we consider the set of integers I is a set of integers, and we know that integer contains all positive and negative elements. Positive contains plus minus 1 plus minus 2 and so on. Then we take any two elements, suppose 0 and 1, and we apply operation plus between them. Then 0 plus 1 equals to 1 also belongs to I. It is also a integer. So we can say that plus is also a binary operation for the set of integers. Now we will consider another operation. Suppose I have to check is minus is the binary operation for the set of natural numbers. Then we will check for this. Let us again consider n equals to 1 2 3. Now we can take any element. Suppose I take 1 and 2 belongs to natural number. Now if I want to check minus is a binary operation on n or not, then I have to subtract 1 minus 2 and it will be minus 1. We know that minus 1 is not a natural number, so minus 1 does not belongs to n. This implies minus is not a binary operation on the set of natural numbers. So it is a very easy concept. We can easily learn it. What is a binary operation, and we can check for all other sets. You can check it for any set of your choice. So I once again repeated, what is binary operation? Let S be a non-empty set, then a function from S cross S to S is called a binary operation. We can take any example. Now I have to move next. Now we will define algebraic structure. Let S be a we'll use G. Let G be a non-empty set and star is a binary operation on G. Then the set G star is called a algebraic structure and we will write it as G star. I once again repeating, let G be a non-empty set and star be a binary operation on G. Then we can write it as G star and it will be said an algebraic structure. Sometime we also called it as groupoid. Or in other words, we can say that a non-empty set G together with a binary operation star and written as G star in a bracket is called an algebraic structure. Very simple definition. A non-empty set G together with a binary operation star and written in a bracket is called a algebraic structure. Next we will define semigroup. We will use same definition or same words. Semigroup. Let G be a non-empty set and star be a binary operation on G. Then G is said to be a semigroup if it satisfies associative law. G is said to be a semigroup if it satisfies associative law. We know that associative law is if we take any three members A, B and C and we will apply binary operation star on any side, then it will be equal from both of sides. I have taken, let ABC belongs to G, then A star B star C must be equals to A star B, it must be equals to A star B both these must be equal. Then we will say that G is a semigroup. Very simple definition. A non-empty set G together with a binary operation star is called an algebraic structure if it satisfies associative law. We know that what is associative law. We can take any three elements of G, and if these are equal in the same manner, A star B star C equal A star B star C, then G must be is called a semi group. Next, I am taking the examples. All these sets n with respect to addition, set of natural number. This is set of natural number with respect to addition, set of natural number with respect to multiplication, set of integer with respect to addition, with respect to multiplication. These all are, I will check for set of natural number with respect to addition. Let us take three natural numbers. Suppose I take 1 to 4, which are natural numbers. Then I will apply plus between them. 1 plus 2 plus 4, it must be equals to 1 plus 2 plus 4, and it is 1 plus 6, and here 3 plus 4, both are 7. This implies associative law is satisfied, hence n plus is a semi group. In the same way, we can check it is for set of integers. Suppose I am checking, I take set of integers I equals 0 plus minus 1 plus minus 2 and so on. Now suppose I take three integers 0, 2 and suppose minus 1. Then 0 plus 2 plus minus 1, this must be equals to 0 plus 2 plus minus 1, which is equals to 0 plus 1 equals to 2 plus minus 1, 1 equals to 1. This implies associative law is also satisfied for set of integers with respect to addition, hence I plus is also a semi group. Next we will define monoid. Monoid is just similar to semi group. In semi group, we have to satisfy associative law. If one more property, that is existence of identity, is also satisfied, then it will be a monoid. We will define it as let G be a non-empty set and star be a binary operation on G. Then G is said to be a monoid if it satisfies the following two properties. What are these properties? One is associative law and second is identity. We have already discussed associative law in semi group. Now I will discuss what is existence of identity. Identity is similar as in matrices. We all know that about matrices. The unit element or the unit matrix is called the identity matrix. In the set theory, an element E is said to be identity if we apply E to any member of the set. That suppose A is any element and we apply E with A, then the output must be A, and it is true for all the elements. ये ग्रुप के सभी एलिमेंट्स के लिए ट्रू होगा. देन E will be called the identity element for G. Then E is called the identity element for that particular set. So a non-empty set G together with a binary operation star monoid if it satisfies both the properties. It must be associative, it must satisfy existence of identity. For example, if you want to check identity set of integers, suppose I is the set of integers 0 plus minus 1 plus minus, all we consider all the elements. Then in this set we can find easily 0 is such an element if we add 0 to any member of this set, if we add 0 to 1, or we add 0 to 100, or we can add 0 to -4, any number, then the output must be this number. If we add it to 1, then it will be 1. If we add it with 100, then the output is 100. So output is always a, that particular way. Hence 0 is identity element for the set of integers. All the structures I plus I dot, R plus R dot, C plus C dot, all are monoids. And verify easily. Next is, let us take the example of set of integers. I have already discussed. We will satisfy associative. I have taken three integers, 1, 2, and then apply associative law. 1 plus 2 plus -4 equals to that particular, and both the quantity are equal. Hence associative is satisfied. Now the important is existence of identity.